In this file, we have over 1,300 magnitudes of earthquakes measured on the Richter scale. These data are all numerical, and in this video, we're going to look at how to display these data graphically. And in this case, we're going to use a histogram. Okay, go to your toolbar, and under the Graph tab, we choose Histogram. I want a simple histogram, so that's the default anyway. And then the window opens up and we have to pick which columns of data we want to graph, and in our case there's only one column available anyway. So you can choose this, double click, or you could highlight it, by the way, and hit select, which I won't do because then I'll have it twice. And if I don't do anything else, just click OK. I get a histogram. It's done in terms of frequency or count. And what that means is, for example, if I mouse over this bar right here, it tells me that within this single bar right there, come back here, where are you gone? There are 116 earthquakes that have a magnitude between 6.5 and 6.7. Now you can change the number of bins on a histogram. So click on one of the bars or the bins. They all get highlighted, and you can double click, or by the way, you could do a right click on your mouse, does the same thing. You get a window opens up, and in this case we want to edit the bars, and we're going to use this binning tab. Now, the way Minitab displays the x-axis, let's just have a look at that for a moment. If I look at the numbers 5, 6, and 7 on my histogram, the numbers appear in the center of the interval. That's referred to, or what Minitab calls, the midpoint. In the graphs that I have in your notes, instead of using midpoint, I've used the cut point. Note here that Minitab is using 32 different bins, which I'm going to change, but I'm not going to change it right now. I'm simply going to say OK for the moment. And when I look at my display, it might look a little bit different from the first one we looked at, but not seriously. And the big feature here, of course, is that the numbers now appear at the ends of the bins, or at the beginning, depending on what your perspective is. All right, if I want to change the number of bins, let's go back and do this. Into binning on one of the slides in your notes, and I think it might be on slide number 4, I can change the number of intervals, and on slide number 4 I think I used 14 bins. Let's try that and see what we get. So here's the graph, and yeah, this is the one that's the same as the one that's in your notes. Now, this one, as we've just said, displays our data in terms of count. If I want the y-axis to be displayed as percent, let me see, if I double click on that, yep, if I double click on that, I can choose, let's see, type. Under the type, I could choose to show this as a percent, and my graph changes slightly, but the y-axis now is done in terms of percentage, and in order to get 100% of my data, I'd have to add up, for example, this bar represents roughly 26% of all the data. This bar represents, come on, nearly 21% of the data, and if I add up all these percentages, I will get 100%. So this is the way you generate histograms. The thing about histograms is that you can manipulate the plot to kind of take on a look that you want, and you do that by manipulating the number of bins.